is no longer relevant because Exhibit AF1 has extensively dealt with this letter and signed by both parties. Furthermore, Honorable Alex Sebefi, the then Minister of Health, who sent the Director National Ambulance to go for the dispute resolution negotiation, which culminated in Exhibit AF1 in 2016, and this letter is 2015. Good. Now, to address this issue, finally wrote to the Ministry of Finance in December.
I have two more questions for you.
2016,
so that I can comply my ladies,
making it clear that all issues have been resolved, accessories have been delivered to governments, and that Big C and the Minister of Finance should proceed and honor the LC for the rest of the 170 ambulances. This was in December 2016, before they handed over to his government, and they have refused to implement it to date 7 years. So, to quote a 2015 letter, which had been dealt with as an issue,
the vehicles started
is
arriving.
very, very irrelevant.
The vehicles started arriving in December 2014. Is that not correct? December 2014. Started arriving in December 2014.
Once again, that is not correct.
Okay.
My lord, you've asked a question. My lord, that is not correct.
No, but I realized that's the reason I didn't want.
Yeah, so you also wanted to add to the matter.
No, I wasn't adding to it because you were trying to engage me.
Answer in any which way. You have already indicated you have two questions.
So,
for as long as that it continues like that, you will ask the questions that you are directed to ask, but you will finish today.
So don't get down.
So, my lord, answering his question.
In about 5 minutes after.
It's okay. You can't say whether you finish in 5 minutes or not. It depends on Mr. Jack.
On the other side.
My lord, it is not true that the ambulances arrived in 2014. There is an exhibit in this court that states clearly the arrival of the first ambulances, which is supposed to be in 2015. It needs to refer to that.
Okay, I'll refer to you. Read exhibit AE. Read exhibit AE to the court. Again on the court. Read exhibit AE. The second letter written by Alex Sebefi.
Exhibit AE. This, once again, is a letter in January 20, 2016, prior to the dispute resolution negotiation which culminated. So it's once again, my lord, very irrelevant. I'll read it, my lord. I want to say that it's irrelevant.
It is not for you to be
that has been dealt with. Yes, my lord.
This kind of thing, it's not nice.
Yes, my lord, I'll read it.
And gentlemen, you don't do that. They say read it, read it.
Reference is made to the agreement signed on 19 December 2012 between Big C General Trading LLC and the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Health, for the supply of 200 Mercedes-Benz ambulances and related services. As per the agreement, which is valued at 15,800,000 Ghana, 800,000 Ghana cedis. I think they wanted to say 200 ambulances, well-equipped ambulances, are to be supplied to the Ministry of Health. For the avoidance of doubt, the terms of delivery per the agreement as follows. The first consignment of 25 ambulances shall be delivered by the supplier within 120 days after signing of the agreement. The remaining 175 vehicles shall be delivered in batches of minimum of 25 every 30 days after the first delivery. It is obvious that the first consignment of 10 vehicles we delivered in December 2014 did not meet ambulance specification and were not fit for the purpose. There were, strictly speaking, ordinary vans that you were trying to convert into ambulances. A post-delivery inspection carried out in January 2015 by the Operations Department of our National Ambulance Service revealed that there was no medical equipment in the vehicles, thereby reducing them to ordinary vans rather than ambulances. Upon receipt of our inspection report, you invited 3 officers of health to visit your production facility in Dubai to discuss the report and other related issues with your engineers. Our technical team was fully prepared for the trip, but it appears that you are derailing the process by consistently postponing the date for the visits on the pretext of being outside of Dubai to date. The planned visit to Dubai has not taken place. The ministry's thinking is that you have assembled 1 ambulance vehicle for our technical team to come and inspect, but it's clear that nothing has happened. We would like to emphasize that the ministry is in dire need of ambulances and cannot therefore wait any longer. If you fail to assemble a well-equipped ambulance vehicle, that means our specification for our inspection by 20th February 2016. The ministry will consider the agreement terminated. It is our hope that you will act expeditiously to avert an eventual termination of the agreements. My Lord,
right.
This letter.
My Lord,
this letter.
Signed by who? You didn't read on.
Signed by Honorable Alex Sebefia on 20th January 2016.
The question
When Alex Sebefia,
you are ready.
I have to explain the context.
Please, it's okay. Let's go on. It's okay.
My Lord, this letter dated 20th January 2016 was indeed written by Alex Sebefia for BBC to expeditiously carry out the dispute resolution negotiation by receiving government representatives from the ministry to resolve the report of the ambulances, the post-delivery report that was carried on by the ministry. Indeed, there's exhibits here to show that after this letter was sent to Big C, the Ministry of Health selected the National Ambulance Director, Professor Zakaria, to go to Dubai after this exhibit AE. They went and negotiated. They saw the assembled the assembled full ambulance. They negotiated the post-delivery inspection report, and it culminated in exhibit AF1, of which the minister was satisfied and wrote his final letter in December 2016 for clearance for the project to proceed. That is why I am saying, going back to pick letters and issues that had already been resolved by the previous governments and the Minister of Health is just muddying the waters and confusing everybody here, because these issues have already been dealt with, dusted, and a letter written by the minister to that effect in December 2016. because this current government refused to implement Exhibit AF1 for 7 years, which has now brought us here. The prosecution is trying to mislead this court by bringing old issues that have already been resolved, that have no relevance.
Now, Mr. Japan, you see from Mr. Sebefie's own letter, Exhibit AE, that the first 10 vehicles, you see from, yeah, it's okay, you have seen from Exhibit AE. Exhibit AE, Mr. Sebefie's own letter, that the first 10 vehicles arrived in December 2014. First 10 vehicles arrived in December 2014.
It's not correct because
Yes.
the Honorable Alex Sebefie, the dates he's put here, contradicts the letter that was written by Big C to Alex's predecessor, Honorable Ajman Mensah. The exhibit is here.
Now,
We'll pull it out for me to read. You will realize that the Honorable Alex Sebefie quoted a wrong arrival date, contrary to the date of arrival that Big C themselves wrote to the government prior to Alex Sebefie assuming office as Minister of Health.
you see, Mr. Japan, the vehicles were in the possession of the government of which the first accused and Mr. Sebefie were members. For over 2 years, the vehicles were in the possession of the government of which the first accused and Mr. Sebefie were members. For over 2 years, before they left office in January 2017. Yet the defect could not be rectified. That's not it.
My Lord, that is not entirely true. Because the ambulances were never in the possession of the previous governments over 2 years. The ambulances first batch arrived in January 2015. To 2016, December cannot be over 2 years. That is one. Two, the ambulances were arriving in batches of 10, 10, 10. So the first batch of 10 was not even over 2 years, let alone the last batch of 10 to be over 2 years. And the previous governments took steps, which the evidence are in this court, and remedied all the implementation hiccups that was occasioned as a result of the conduct of Honorable Sheikh Aite and Honorable Setepe in the previous governments. By 2016 December, the last minister of the previous governments, Honorable Alex Sebefie, had resolved all problems which culminated in Exhibit AF1, followed by his letter in December 2016, which is in the custody of the court as an exhibit. So by the time this government took over in 2017 January, Alex Sebefie's final letter to the Ministry of Finance for the continuation of the project and stating receipts of accessories and everything and bill of lading had been handed over to this government. This government, from January 2017 to date as we are speaking, have not complied or executed Alex Sebefia's letter of December 2016 and Exhibit AF1 plus 3 or 2, need to refer to my of the addendum, which states that governments, for that matter, Ministry of Health, will clear the accessories at the ports and notify Big C to bring down their technical team to install them. The accessories have been emptied from the container at the ports by this government. Container returned to shipper and doing business around the
Please look at
Big C never notified to come down in compliance of Exhibit AF1 to fit the accessories that they emptied from the container.
Right.
And no one knows where the accessories are. And my Lord, they are here claiming financial loss on innocent people when they have misappropriated, misapplied accessories for 7 years meant to fix the ambulance, installing ambulances for Ghanaians to use.
Mr. Japa, please look
So
at
it's a clear issue of mischief and sabotage.
please look at
In order to prosecute innocent people and jail them for political
Mr. Japa,
expediency.
please look at expectation.
The evidence for the clearance, for the emptying of the container, I have it here, and they have it, and the shipping company have it at the port.
Please look at expectation. This letter. Please look at expectation. This is letter to the Minister for Health. Dated June 20.
Exhibit
AC.
AC.
Yes. Just read only one line. Just one line. Please look at expectation. Read only one line. The first line, the third paragraph. Please read. If you see that this is letter. First, you see this is letter to the Minister for Health. You have seen it. That's the case.
My Lord, this exhibit today here, he has given me this exhibit, and I said I couldn't answer to it because at the time they said I should look at it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is your question. Yeah, is it please this letter? The Minister for Health, please look at the address.
That letterhead of Big C, of course, it was written by Big C.
Please read the first line, only one line of the third paragraph. First line.
My Lord, this letter was not addressed to me. I am not a party to it.
Please read the third line. The
Please,
first
you are
line
directed to read the first line.
of the third paragraph.
My Lord, I understand, but we're not the agent during that time.
You are directed to read it.
Yes, my Lord. If I'm directed, I'll read. This letter is dated 24 June 2015.
Read the first line.
The first line of the third paragraph.
The third line.
Yes, the third paragraph. Please see right.
We supplied the first 10 ambulances in December 2014, and I received payments. Unfortunately, the post-delivery inspection report that we received.
We got the first line.
That's all.
So it is Big C. You see Big C. You see that Big C is uploaded that is supplied the first 10 ambulances in December 2014 and received payment.
My Lord, can I be finished with the letter that was dated in February
You see that
2015
that is
to
applied
reverse this.
the first 10 ambulances in December
It's an exhibit.
and received payment.
Answer this question appropriately.
You was about to first answer this and then you get the exhibit you are.
Yes, my lord. On the face of this, said December 2014. And my lord, another letter written by BC, of which Japan business was copied.
What letter is it?
There's a letter written in February. I think it was also written to Honorable Ajman Mensah.
The answer has not been answered.
You recall.
My lord,
Yes, the bundle of it, yes.
Please give him the bundle. Let him look for the exhibit is okay.
because on that exhibit we are
They
copied.
are bringing it to you.
This one we're not copied. Japan business was not copied.
Okay, they are bringing it to you. Please give him the bundle of exhibit. Let him look for the one he's trying to refer to. The second bundle to be reaching. Okay, yeah, take your time. Otherwise, you may make with my. I think that is more easy.
My lord, I found it.
What's exhibit?
This exhibit 14D for A3.
Right.
My lord, there is an exhibit I've been looking for to refresh my memory.
Now that you have it, answer the question.
I've answered. My lord, on paragraph 4 of this letter, as per warranty terms, our agent, Japan at Business Limited in Ghana, with the support of our technical staff, will arrange for the handover and commission of the vehicles after orientation and application training of some of the machines, equipment installed on the ambulance of your paramedics on vehicles. After the supply of each complete batch of 50 ambulances, as per your letter of credit, the supply of first batch of 50 ambulances of total of 200 ambulances should have arrived in Ghana by April 2015. On paragraph 2, indeed in paragraph 2, we however want to bring to your honorable minister's attention, as per the shipping company, the first batch of the shipment of 10 ambulances will arrive at Tema Port on 15 December 2014. My lord, this is the evidence I needed in order to answer his question, and I was never given.
Now that you have been given, you have answered. Can you?
Because this document is recorded.
Please.
So I can now confirm.
We have a system, and you know that our electrical system shut down at a certain point. So please, this is your last question.
Okay. But it is just a small question. Now, ask the one last question.
One question.
But
And that's this one. Honor, please, it's enough.
Okay, right.
Because we need to be able to
Now,
log on and do our work
I'll
before.
now put together. Now, you see from what you just read, that the first 10 videos arrived in December 2014, and the government, of which the first accused and Dr. Sebefia were members of, could not convert the vehicles into ambulances for over 2 years because we are not suitable for conversion into ambulances.
My Lord,
you see, no, let the person be started properly. You see, from the exhibit you just read, your own exhibit that you wanted. From exhibit 14D for A1, which you wanted to read, which you have read. Exhibit 14D for A3.
Please, we will do it from the recorder.
Okay.
Answer the question.
Yes,
My Lord.
the first 10 ambulances actually arrived in December 2014, and the government of which the first accused and Dr. Sebefia were members of could not convert into ambulances for over 2 years because the vehicles were simply unsuitable for conversion into ambulances.
my Lord, that is completely false. Because this letter dated 6 December 2014. In the first place, the first batch arriving 15 December 2014 to December 2016 is not over 2 years. That is one. 2, the terms of delivery was clearly stated in this exhibit 14D for A1. And it states, it is for the last paragraph, it is for your honorable attention as per OEM terms and conditions. Any use of the ambulances prior to the complete handover and training of the use of the above mentioned machines and equipment installed shall render the warranty of your ambulances void. Big C gave this caveat to government in their first letter on ambulances alive. So the NDC government knew that they couldn't use the ambulances until they were up to 50. Their paramedics trained and the ambulances handed over before they could use, or else the warranty would be void. They handed over this letter to the incoming government. They knew very well that this letter meant that the ambulances were not meant to be used. The ambulances were only to be practiced. But they decided to ignore this letter and claim that the ambulances were not fit for purpose. Yes, of course, they were not fit for purpose because a letter had been written instructing you not to use them. It is highly recommended in paragraph 3 that the Ministry of Health take urgent steps to clear the ambulances from the port and transfer the vehicles to a safe parking place. This was clear, unambiguous. So, for the government to mischievously, knowing the content of this letter, that it wasn't meant for them to use, and the supply was not completed, hadn't reached 50, and had not yet been handed over to the government. And taking cognizance of government's breach of the pre-shipment inspection clause, which they waive their rights, and that tomorrow there could be problems for government officials. They mischievously decided in violation of the Exhibit V, the contract terms, conducted post-delivery inspection, which is alien to Exhibit V and not binding on Big C, and breaches clause 23, which is amendments of Exhibit V, that should have been signed by both parties. The post-delivery inspection was an afterthought as a way to cure the negligence of government officials in breach of the pre-shipment inspection. So, my Lord, the post-delivery inspection report that claims that the ambulances were not fit for purpose was written with a reference to Exhibit 14D for A3, which states that the ambulances had not yet been handed and were not supposed to be used. So you can't conduct post-delivery inspection on an ambulance that had not yet been handed over to you. You had been explicitly informed it is not meant to be used. And if you use them, the warranty will be void. So, my Lord, on what basis was that mischievous post-delivery inspection conducted? For what purpose? On ambulances that have not yet been handed over to you. It is after they have been handed over to you. That is when you have the legal rights to conduct post-delivery inspection for yourself, but not binding on the supplier because it is not captured in Exhibit V.
Thank you very much. This is the message and that's it. So,
Right now,
well, I've got it. So I've already written that. That's it. Okay, please have a seat for you. Any re-examination, please, Mr. Sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you have any re-examination?
We are disappointed, my friends. They have already discussed the questions. They said there were 100 of them. Now, let me disappoint them.
You don't know where to start from.
Say they step down.
Thank you, my Lord.
Right. We agreed last week that we'll have a break on Tuesday. On Wednesday, and come back on Thursday. Sorry, Thursday. This Thursday, the 12th, so we are meeting again on the 9th. So, what is the 9th?
11th.
The 11th. So who are you calling this? So sorry.
It's going to call BC. Can we use some more days? Only because we didn't have to skip a number of days. Wonder whether we can actually.
Unfortunately,
we can do it.
I sit here every day. Your people are prosecuting this bank case, which I sit on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I meet the vendor.
3 days for them.
I give them 3 days and give you 2 days because they have indicated that they have 61 witnesses and we are on their 15. We just finished with 15. So we are waiting for the rest.
Thanks to him, I'm doing everything, not this year, between here and another court. Because he's with me in another court.
No, but I only see you every day in the afternoon.
And that one is in the afternoon. I just find a way to juggle the two.
Oh.
Today, for instance, I was lucky that.
No, all things went together for the good of the son of the Lord. It wasn't like it is all organized. So please, the unfortunate thing is that I still sit every day. And then I think I should allow my brother the chance